on Twitter to add to the chatter.
Thank you for trusting me.
What good is having a girlfriend if you can't unload your psychological sewage on her?
Where's my date?
Coming.
Holy jeez.
You like? It costs more than my car.
Shows such as The Big Bang Theory, CSI, Mom, you heard of them? They've all made CBS America's most watched network. And we have one Nina Tassler to thank. During her nearly 20-year tenure as CBS's entertainment chairperson, Tassler oversaw more than 200 programs, including The Good Wife, including Madam Secretary, including Supergirl. The list goes on, but we do want to discuss with her her other projects she is now pursuing. Those projects include a book called What I Told My Daughter, a collection of essays from prominent women such as Madeleine Albright and Mia Hamm, and our very own Nora O'Donnell. It is published by Atria, an imprint of Simon & Schuster, which is a division of CBS. With that business out of the way, Nina Tassler, it's good to have you today.
Thank you.
What motivated you to go far afield, really, and gather everything that's in this book?
Right. Well, about 3-4 years ago, I was at a volleyball tournament with my daughter, who, for anybody who's had a child playing club volleyball, you travel all over the place, tournament after tournament, and I had endured 4 days of a tournament in Phoenix, Arizona. It's about 120-degree heat. It was unbearable. And my poor kid, bless her heart, played. She was so competitive, but they lost every game. I mean, it was brutal. It was torture. At the end of the 4 days, her last round, she played great. I mean, she was a trooper. She made all her hits, and I'm not very athletic, so I was saying, "Good, go, hit, great." And at the end of that tournament, which they lost again, she came running over to me, and I saw her face, and I knew, oh my God, I've got to say something. What do I say? Give her encouragement, but they didn't win. Make her feel good, but I couldn't. I knew she was heartbroken. What do I say? And I looked at her face, and I said, you know what? You played really well. You were consistent. Your team really could count on you. You were there when they needed you. And I knew at that moment that I had validated what she felt about herself. And I knew our relationship was changing. And she wasn't looking for, the Purell in her backpack. Yeah. She wasn't looking for the blankie in her.
You weren't talking to a little girl.
I wasn't talking to a little girl. And our relationship was changing. And I said, okay, from here, where do I go? What kind of advice can I give her from this point on? And I went to look for a book, and one really didn't exist. And I thought, well, if I'm asking myself those questions, other mothers are probably asking the same question. And that started me on a journey to collect essays from successful, empowered women from all over the world. And the second I reached out and asked them to contribute, it was extraordinary.
Yeah, sharing these foundational bricks, these cornerstones of the experience, of raising a young woman. I was struck by Whoopi Goldberg's essay. Now, for those who don't know, she has now an adult granddaughter because her daughter at a very young age became pregnant. And I was struck by the apolitical discussion about the power of choice.
Well, the freedom of choice. And I think that what was so interesting about Whoopi's essay. And Whoopi's essay, like all of the essays in the book, are deeply personal. This is not a how-to book. It's not a preachy book. It's very revealing and very honest. And Whoopi was very honest when her daughter came to her with the news that she was going to have a child and wanted to keep it. Whoopi's mother said to her, just because you believe in the freedom of choice, it doesn't mean it can only be a choice that you would make. And that freedom of choice can manifest itself in many different ways. Marie Osmond also talks about freedom of choice. So you see women who are so diverse, from so different backgrounds, embracing the same ideals and same philosophies. And that's what was so important. We are so, I feel right now we are all over hyphenated. We are working moms, tiger moms, soccer moms, snack moms. we're all just mothers. And in Nancy Pelosi's article, she says, or in her essay, she says, you know what? Being a working mom doesn't make you less of a mother. And we are united as a community. We only want the best for our daughters, and we want them to fulfill their potential. That's our goal.
To that point, our own Nora O'Donnell.
Yes,
I loved it. Right,
love
because
her essay.
She's raising little CEOs.
Yes,
like
she
we
is.
should all be. I hope Nora O'Donnell's girls remember me when they grow up.
Oh, I'm sure they will. I loved Nora's essay because she talks about at her daughter's birthday party, her older daughter at the time was organizing where everybody was going to sit, who got what cupcakes, and the impulse is to say, oh, your daughter is bossy. And one of the moms says, oh, no, she has great executive leadership skills. And you look in that, just by making that observation, how that can inform a child's view of themselves, a daughter's view of themselves, and that is really significant and very impactful.
Your career is a singular one, Nina. I have to say, you very much seem like you are in your moment. I'm going to get you out of here on this one. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I am blessed with an extraordinary family. I have an 82-year-old mother. I have a 17-year-old daughter who will be voting in her first election this year. So we are celebrating that, and I'm very grateful. I'm very blessed. Thank you.
I also want to say, as the father of two girls,
yes,
this cuts across the gender lines. It's a great read.
It's
Here we
for
go.
everybody.
This is my favorite part. It is Nina Tassler. There you go. What I told my daughter. Lessons from leaders on raising the next generation of empowered women. To be sure. Nina, thank you for the time today.
Thank you, Josh. I appreciate it.